What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. So the New York Knicks lose a tough one on the road to the Milwaukee Bucks, 110 to 105. Tough loss. Tough loss, tough loss, tough loss, tough loss, tough loss. You're going to have those sometimes, guys. All in all, I liked exactly what the Knicks were doing. But, hey, man, you got to be able to knock down shots. And you got to have your big-time players come to play. I mean, that's it. Point blank, period. Your big-time players got to come to play. Brunson was huge tonight. Huge. Huge. Need I say more? I mean, the guy was just amazing. Period. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. The guy was just amazing. He was amazing, man. Amazing. This felt a lot like the Miami game. Felt like Miami 2.0 put in Milwaukee. Right? Insane. Insane. You know, it's a situation where you're watching a game, right? And you're just, I'm now once again, I'm looking at it through a totally different lens. Not just as a fan, not just as a guy that just likes watching sports, right? As a fan, sorry. But I'm also looking at it as an athlete, as a ball player. Like I told you, I played in high school and college. So I'm watching the movements of guys, meaning like how they rotate on defense, all that stuff, right? Because I'm looking at it through the lens also, too, like when I used to play in the game, and I used to be watching the game from the bench as well. So you're able to kind of see, like, all right, who has it and who doesn't. Who's a really, really good ball player? Who's not a really good ball player? Who's there just occupying space? Who's unsure of themselves? Like, all those things I see, man. I see, like, So I'm seeing Brunson he's on a different level, man. He is. He's him. He is him. I thought a guy like Grimes stepped it up today. I think he kind of heard the whispers of people chattering about him and how DiVincenzo's coming for his spot. Something I mentioned before in my life. Thought IQ was IQ. He had 14 points tonight. Big Mitch is just looking like, hey, man, defensive player of the year, maybe? Maybe with Big Mitch? I don't know, man. But Mitch is looking good. Josh Hart's looking like Josh Hart. Everything is clicking. Everything is clicking for this team. Guys, we were in this game. Listen, this is another game against a team that everyone feels should be going for the championship this year, similar to Boston, that we played really, really well and went toe-to-toe with. We're not getting our doors blown off. We're not getting blown out the gym. Right? Like, the Knicks are holding their own. But the problem is that we're missing a piece, man. We're missing a piece. And RJ didn't play again tonight, which I'm gonna talk about later on too. But that's a concern. But all in all, you see the difference. I mean, you see the difference. I mean, you see a team in Boston and a team in Milwaukee who has stars, right? They have guys that can contribute big time plays in the end. You saw Dame Dollar, he closed it. He closed the show, man. You saw he closed the show. Brunson missed a shot in the corner. Dame Dollar came down. You know what I mean? You could see it, man. You see these guys. These guys know, as Dame would say, it's Dame time. Or some words people say winning time, right? You could see it. And that's what the Knicks are missing. Period. Because they got everything else. They got the hustle. They got guys that are willing to get scrappy and like lunch pail guys like Josh Hart and I Hart. And even a guy like Mitch, they clean up the boards. They're great on the offensive rebounds, on the defensive rebounds. They're great cleaning up the glass. But they're missing just another piece, another guy who can look. Randall's not it. Okay, let's not. We'll touch on him later, but Randall's not it, right? So we're missing another star that could really come in and really add to what Brunson's doing. We're missing like a guy like Middleton would be nice. He'll be a nice piece because he could score. He could score the pill. You need a guy like that that's consistent. Consistent. Not if I'm playing 40 minutes a night, 38 minutes a night, and shooting the ball 30 times. I'm going to make sure I get my numbers. That sounds like somebody on our team. But what I'm saying is a guy that's a high percentage guy. Like, meaning high percentage meaning that he contributes at a high clip no matter how much he plays. And he's making a big impact. And he comes up with winning plays when it counts. Right? We're missing a guy like that to go next to Brunson. There's only a handful of those guys in this league, man. So, so for me that's the big thing I'm taking from this game. Cuz all in all, I like the Knicks fight. I love their fight. I love what they had. I love the intensity that, Brunson's on a different level, man. Period, end of story. Period, end of story. If anybody's in here, let me know that you're in here, please, so I can give you a shout out, man. Let everybody know that you are in here. I'm doing some other things too as I'm sitting here talking to you guys. So I apologize if I seem preoccupied. Give me 1 second here. 1 second. MBIC, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well. Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Give me 1 second. I'm just doing something here. Waiting for everybody else to roll in. Let me know, people. Let me know if you're here, please. As soon as you get up in here. So yeah, so it's peace. Yeah, man. So I like to. I love my team, man. I love what we have. I love the pieces that we have. Brunson was phenomenal tonight, but we're missing a piece. We're missing a piece. That's just it. Like it's not really. Sometimes it's like people try to break it down like it's more than what it really is. It's really none of that, man. It's really none of that. It's just that we're missing a piece. That's it. We're missing a piece. That's just it. It doesn't really have anything to do with anything else, right? We're missing another piece to go with Brunson. Period. Because I love what we have. I love what, as far as the... Like, I like how the team is I think everything is put together in a perfect place. Like, our big men are beautiful together, right? I love iHeart, and I love, of course, Big Mitch. I love how that is. I love DiVincenzo. I love what he brings. I love what Josh Hart brings. Of course, I love IQ, right? Brunson is Brunson. I love what Grimes brings. And when RJ comes back, I love what RJ is, right? A big physical two-guard that can play the three also. He's about 6'6", 6'7", right? And he can score. So I love what we are, man. I love our attitude. I love the grittiness of this team. But we're missing another. Randall's just not it. He is not it at all. Gravity, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming by, man. Let's chop it up. Let's get straight to it. Okay, peace, LV. The Celtics game and this game, we are one piece. Gravity. I just said the same thing. Now, NBIC. Oh man, he says we're not. We're not missing just a piece. He thinks we're. Hey, Gravity. I said the same thing, man. Randall's not it. I'll touch on him later. Okay, let's be clear. I don't want to hear. I don't know if you heard the broadcast, but Tibbs stated that when they asked him about Randall's struggles, right? It was stated that he had the ankle surgery and he usually plays 5-on-5 during the summer. I guess he didn't get no running this summer because he was nursing that injury. So I guess he didn't really get his shots up, or he didn't really get any running. I guess. But my thing is that, okay, so what does that mean? So does that mean you come back, you stink up the joint, you gotta be ready to go, man? You gotta be ready to go, man. You gotta start prepping. You gotta start getting yourself ready, man. I remember there was a video out of him, like going on vacation and stuff like that. Not knocking. But there's a difference from him who's went on vacation. There's a difference from a guy like RJ that was playing overseas even though he was tired in the FIBA World Cup. Right? Because he's trying to get better. Now, granted, Randall had the ankle surgery, so he wanted to be in Bora Bora. I don't know. I'm just making it up. But he was on vacation. And RJ was out there. But I'm a little worried about that. I'm a little concerned. You know what I mean? Like the knee issues, that's not good. He's a young player, man. So hopefully they don't have to go in there and clean up something. But yeah, man, Gravity, I just think that we are, in watching this game and watching the Celtics game, them being the two top teams in the East, based on what everybody says, I don't see them being so much better than the Knicks. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I mean, we go here. Let me just, we transition over. Let me take a look here. We go here. We take a look at the box score, right? Just take a look. What did the Knicks shoot from three, man? They were terrible from three today. They shot 25% from three. You see that? 10 for 39, the Knicks were. What were the Bucks? 20 for 39 from three. I'm going to say it again. 20 for 39 from three. They shot 50% from three. And you're ready? And with Brunson, I know, man. That's what I just stated, man. I just hope he's okay. The knee injuries, those are nothing to play with, man. So I hope he's, because we need him. We need him big time. We need him. Listen, I'm convinced. I'm convinced, right? I'm convinced. I did my rant. I'm sure I don't know if you guys saw my rant. Did it yesterday about Randall. And it could be the swim team. It could be anything, right? Not just basketball, football, baseball. It could be anything. If you get more of an opportunity to showcase your talent, you're going to be perceived better than everybody else. You're going to be perceived to be really, really good. Now, before I go on, let me state this, right? Everybody in the NBA is nice. Everybody. Excuse me. Everybody's nice. The live is freezing. It is? Looks good on my end. Let me see here. How am I good? 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 Let me know, everybody. Am I good? Am I good? Okay. Gravity, appreciate you. Okay. All right, so we'll rock from this from now. Okay, so check it out, right? So let me get back to what I was saying, right? Okay, so once again, right? If anybody's played any type of sports, right? Any type of sports, anybody that gets more of an opportunity to do something, you're going to be perceived as better than everybody else, right? And a lot of times, it's not that you're better; it's just you get an opportunity, right, to do it more than everybody else. And here's the thing: there may be someone else who's over there that's just as good as you, but they're not given that opportunity to really truly flourish. Now, once again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Everybody in the NBA is nice. Let's be clear. Everybody, the guy at the end of the bench will come to your local church league and give you 40, right? Everyone knows that. So I'm saying all this because I'm bringing this full circle back to Randall, right? And why I feel he is like a third option, maybe a fourth option. And I say that because even though, once again, everybody in the NBA is nice. He's uber talented, right? He really is. But he goes through these lapses, and his game is so up and down like a roller coaster that you can't rely on him. You can't depend on him. You just can't. And with him having so much of an opportunity, because of Tibbs really believes in him, and BIC is going to love this. Tibbs gives him the leeway to let him rock, like just let him rock and play all these minutes, even though I'm going back to seasons that he's been with the Knicks, not what's going on right now. I'm just saying what's created this. So, yes, he's a good ball player, but now I'm starting to question: Is a lot of his numbers like inflated because of him being given so much lee room to be good? Like, has it been force fed to us that he's just talent? He's this good. He's an all-star. He's this, and it's like, yeah, all right, man, you're good. Like, yeah, he's good. He's talented. Yeah, but if you're letting him shoot 20, 30 times a night, play 38 minutes a game, sometimes when the game is over, I'm talking about years now that he's been with the Knicks, and just letting him stay in the game, then yeah, he's going to look better than most people. He is, because he's given more of an opportunity to showcase his talent, more rope to make mistakes and play through them. Whereas when you gave a guy like Obi that time, he started to shine too. Because once again, like I said, everybody in the league is nice. No one's bums. Obi's no bum. Right? So, excuse me. So I'm saying that now. Imagine if Obi was getting 35 minutes a night. 36 minutes a night. He's not getting yanked for making mistakes. He's not, like, none of this stuff. Like, imagine that. I'm not saying Obi would be like putting up the numbers that Randall's putting up, but I'm sure he would look like a better player than what he's being perceived as, because he's given the opportunity to really truly showcase or play through his mistakes. And I feel like a part of what the issue is here is that we expect so much of Randall because they force-fed us him. And giving him all these minutes, giving him all these opportunities to showcase his talent, that we kind of like, all right, well, I guess he is the guy. I guess he is the guy. Like, and I think that's basically what has happened with Randall. And that's why I think we're where we're at with him. A lot of that has to do with Tibbs. A lot of that has to do with just, I think, this whole CAA thing, man. Like, just that being pushed, that agenda being pushed. So now we're expecting a lot out of Randall. We're now because we believe what we saw. And what we saw might have been a fluke. How about that? And once again, this is not saying that the guy's not a talented ball player, because he is. But I just think that he's not as good as we think he is. I think he's good in the NBA. He's really good, of course. But I think that, when you start seeing him play against other ball players, like against guys that are elite players, like you see him struggle, man. You really do. And this is even last year I saw him struggle at times. So I don't know. I just tonight I could see him trying to play better because he knew what it looked like the other night. But he just don't have it, man. He just doesn't, and I think that's the issue, right? Let me take a look at his stat line real quick. All right, I'm not gonna switch over because I don't know if this is freezing. I don't know what's going on, so I don't want to mess up just the stream. So I'll keep it here for now. All right, so Randall was 5 for 20 tonight, right? He was 5 for 20, 1 for 9 from 3, 5 for 9 from the free throw line, 12 boards, 16 points. But he played basically 40 minutes tonight. 40 minutes. Look, IQ only played 22 minutes and had almost the same amount of points. IQ had 14 points and shot 10 times less. Right? So it's all about being efficient too, right? So we miss RJ, man. We miss RJ big time. Big time, big time. So Gravity says, okay, so do you think his all NBA selections were a fluke? Yo, man, I let me say this. It's not a fluke because you could base it off of the numbers, but I think it's like smoke and mirrors, man. Do you understand? It's like a mirage. Because I'm not saying it's not real, but he's playing a lot. Like he played 40 minutes. We've always been complaining about this before. Like, why is Tibbs playing Rand? Like he only giving Obi 10 minutes, or he's only giving Randall's playing like 38 minutes a night, right? We've all said this, and what that does, it inflates your numbers. So he has more opportunities to get more rebounds. He has more opportunities to put up more shots. He has more opportunity, right? So this might be in games like versus Detroit. It might be games versus Orlando. It might be games versus, I don't know, just Houston, right? Where he can put up a lot of shots and get up a lot of rebounds, so it inflates his stats. But when he plays against the top teams, you see him kind of start to come back down to earth. Right? You do. And you're like, yo, what's going on with this guy, man? But this guy was just in Detroit killing, right? But he starts playing against other teams, the elites, and he starts to come down to earth. He starts to kind of look like normal, like, okay, like he's an average ball player. In league comparisons. Because if you're average in the league, you're nice any other place, right? Let's be clear. But he looks average. He doesn't look like what we as Knicks fans want to see him as being like a star. He ain't that. That's not him. You know what I'm saying? We gave him that jacket. Don't put that jacket on him. You know what I'm saying? That's not who he is. He's a good number 3 or number 4 option. That's what he is. So you're not expecting much from him. Now, if he does give you something, oh, great, man. Oh, Randall gave us 17, 9, 10. That's great. But because we put that jacket on him, like, yo, we expecting 25 and 10 a night, that ain't who he is, man. Melo was that. Melo was that guy. This ain't him, man. This ain't him. 5 for 20 was horrible, and his stats have been similar since the start of this season. Shaking my head. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm just once again, like I said earlier, right? I'm looking at it through the lens of a ball player. Like I'm watching him, man. Coach, what's going on, man? Nice to see you again, man. Hope all is well. Get Cat. No, I'm not touching Cat. Get him and Cat are the same player. Cat is so shaky, man, but he's another guy. Up and down. Gravity says, that's true. He plays a lot of minutes, so he gets a chance to score a lot. But at the same time, he would have a lot of turnovers. Right. Which he has struggled with in the past. Gravity, he struggled with turnovers. How many times would we be so happy when Brunson got here? It was like, yo, get the ball out of Randall's hands, right? Because he was turning the ball over like crazy. So that's a big issue for him. He makes a lot of bad passes, right? He struggles with a double team, right? Those are things he struggles with, man. Boss, it's right there. So once again, like, good ball player. I'm not trying to diminish the guy. I'm not trying to, but what I'm saying is that I just don't think we're giving him that jacket like he should be the star. He's not a star player, man. He's a really, really good player in the NBA. And him being where he's at, playing in New York, us going to the playoffs, now the spotlight is on him. Then he's got Tibbs. Tibbs is really pushing the agenda to make this guy, because of the whole CAA agenda. I mean, listen. Let me tell you something. Emmanuel Mudiay broke it down beautifully to me, man. And then once I heard that, and I heard the business part behind it, and the behind the scenes nonsense that goes on, yeah, I can see the writing on the wall in regards to Randall and everything that's going on, man. Cat can shoot, post, pass, and most importantly, play off of Brunson, which Randall can't do. We need another perimeter defender. Yeah, we do. Definitely need another perimeter defender. Wait, nah. I don't think we need another perimeter defender. You mean like on the wing? Because I think we got the guard spots locked up, man. Because we got Grimes, we got DiVincenzo, we got Hart, and we got IQ. That's 4 right there. Brunson, we know what Brunson's going to be. He's shaky on defense, but those other guys are solid defensively, man. They're solid. Gravity says as soon as he touches the ball, the opposing team attacks him to steal the ball because they know he's turnover. Right, that's what I'm saying. They know he's turnover prone. He doesn't make the right reads, and that's an IQ thing, Gravity. That's an IQ thing. You know what I mean? He panics. Like, if a double team's coming to me, I'm swinging it to the open guy. I'm not going to just hold the ball trying to wait for somebody to cut. That's when turnovers happen, man. Whenever that guy comes, whoever's coming off the double team, there's a man open. That is most likely his man. His man should be flashing to you for you to dump it to him. Dump it to him. Make the game easy, man. Don't make the game hard. And he doesn't do that. He holds on to the pill too long. That's an IQ thing. Like, he's just got to, like, make the game easy for himself. I don't know why he's, you know. Coach says Randall needs a plane ticket to somewhere. Coach, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, but the Knicks got to make. I'll talk more about it, man, later in a minute. But I think it might be time, man, because I'm just starting to identify like who he is. We need a defensive small. Yeah, wing, like a 3D wing. Yeah, right, absolutely. Yo, man, we got to go to the Pelicans. The Pelicans got a whole bunch of them dudes, man. They hogging up all the 3D wings, man. They got a whole bunch of dudes on the bench. So does Toronto, man. They got all the 3D wings, man. They're not giving them up, man. They're being selfish. All right, Coach says Randall is a big small forward with no post, handle, jump shot, or passing skills. I mean, I just think he's just an average pro, man. Houston got him too. Yeah, he got all the 3D wings, man. I'm just trying to think of, because listen, man, we're close, man. We're not that far away, man. We're not that far away. Listen, we did not shoot the pill good at all tonight. At all. We didn't. And we lost by 5. And with 2 minutes left, we were right there. We were right there to steal this game. Without RJ playing. And they hit 23 pointers, man. We were right there. That tells me we're missing a piece, man. I'm telling you. Brunson is come on, man. He's on a different level. Let's be clear about that. But we need another piece, man. We got to get RJ back, and we need another piece. I just don't know who that is, man. I know I'm jumping out the window, right? I'm jumping out the window because he didn't want to come here before, and there was a lot of issues with him, right? But if the Knicks, I'm just like, once again, this is just, we're talking, right? We're just talking on a live. But if the Knicks, for what I saw tonight and how they play, they just need another guy that can get buckets. Another guy that can get buckets and pair him with RJ and Brunson. If they could get like Durant or something like that, I know that won't happen, but I'm just saying, if they could get like Durant with Big Mitch in the middle, banging the boards, Josh Hart getting loose balls, and you swinging it to Durant from 3, and Durant with that mid-range, the Knicks would be dope. We would be deadly. Do you not understand? I'm watching the game. I'm watching it as a ball player and as a fan. It's not Cat, man. I don't know. Listen, I've watched Cat play enough. I've seen it with him. And plus, here's the other dynamic too, Coach. You got to really pay attention to this. And you're a coach, so you know. Him and Tibbs are like oil and vinegar, man. They do not mix. They do not mix at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Did I say it right? I said oil and vinegar. Or I meant oil and water. Oh, it's late, man. You gotta let me rock right now. I apologize for that. But they don't mix, man. They had issues in Minnesota. You know what I mean? So that's not a good mix. And listen, NBIC is not gonna like this, but listen, man, I think Tibbs is doing a good job, man. I think he's doing a good job with his team. He's missing a piece. That's all he's missing. But yo, man, we got some dogs, man. See Josh Hart in there banging, getting rebounds with the trees. You see even DiVincenzo getting in there. Of course, Hart, you know what he does. Big Mitch. Like, look at these guys, man. These guys are playing their heart out, man. But we're missing that guy to pair with Brunson and RJ. NBIC said, don't get gassed. You understand? So I'm just saying, man. Like that's just like, for me, what I think. You know what I mean? I just think that's what we're missing, man. We're missing that piece. We are. I like what we are, man. I like our team. I really, really do. I like what we represent and how we go about it. I mean, Brunson had 45 tonight, babe. 45. He was put on a masterclass. Dame Dollar couldn't do nothing with him. But he's done this before. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing with him. We saw this last year in the playoffs. This felt like Miami all over again. Game 6. This is what it felt like. Last year, Randall was complaining about his ankle. He got his ankle fixed. So what now? That's why he's not that guy, man. He's a nice piece to have. You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't really be expecting for him. That's why, you know, we got to really, really consider. And I don't. And the funny thing is that I don't know how much the front office is willing to, because they've invested so much in Randall. They really kind of made a decision to say, okay, this is the direction we're going to go in with him, and we really want to push the agenda that this guy is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how, but they're going to have to move off of him. They're going to have to, because he's collateral. Like you're going to need him with something else, with maybe, I don't know, IQ, or maybe with Fourier and some picks to bring somebody in here, man. because I love what we have. I do, but it's going to be expensive, man. It's going to be expensive. But that, once again, I stress this, but I have to say it again. That was my biggest issue about the moving off of Obi. Because when this guy is doing what he's doing, whenever he's, you need a guy in there that can come off the bench that could produce. Obi could get you 10 to 12. You know what I mean? That's all you needed tonight to win this game. That's all you needed was 10 to 12. NBIC says this is early in the season. Both Boston and the Bucks have new acquisitions. They will be better in the regular season and in the playoffs. We won't. We have no superstars. Brunson is not one. NBIC. Man. You started off great, but then you just crashed and burned at the end. Brunson's not one. Brunson's not a superstar. Okay, he's not a superstar. He is a star. He will be an all-star this year. He's a star, man. Entering his prime. He's 27 years old. He's so good, man. Brunson is him. Brunson is him. I wish I had my t-shirt on, man, so I could show you. Brunson is him. Okay, Gravity says, I wonder what made the front office want to push so hard for Randall so much. You know what it was? Gravity, I can tell you right now. And then once again, this is my assumptions. This is all alleged. I don't want to say exactly. We're just talking here, right? Can't state facts. But I think, my opinion, it's the CAA thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, remember, he was with those guys. They brought him over here. So when they brought him over here with Leon and the whole CAA crew, CAA, we ain't going to say the other word. Starts with an M. But CAA crew. They brought in all their guys. Thibodeau being one of those guys too. And he likes what Randall represents. Randall plays hard, man. And he's going to play every game. He doesn't take days off. Tibbs likes that. Tibbs likes a guy that he can grind and play, and he likes that type of stuff. But Randall is such a roller coaster that you don't know what you're getting. But on the base of who he is, he's just a worker. So Tibbs loves that. And so it's a match made in heaven. So Gravity, so that's why they push so hard for that, because it's a Leon CAA thing, man. And that's what it is, Tibbs included. And they need somebody to be the star, the face. And I think they were really trying to push it and force it for Randall to be that guy. Cat is CAA. Coach, I know that. I know that, Coach. The only reason they don't consider Brunson a superstar is because he needs more years performing at the same level. He plays now before they put him in that status. Now, absolutely. But Gravity, listen, man, it's not going to take long. Once he becomes an all-star this year, people know who he is, man. Once he becomes an all-star this year, because he will become an all-star. You heard it here first on the LV Live show. Not that it's a secret, but I'm just saying. People will start establishing him. I think Brunson will be like All-NBA this year also. He's going to beat out a couple of guys because he's going to put up monster numbers this year. I'm telling you. You see what he's doing now. You see what I'm saying? So this ain't going to stop. He's going to continue to put up monster numbers. So, yeah. So it's going to be interesting, man, what the Knicks do, man. It's going to be truly, truly interesting. I think there's a lot of things they got to reevaluate. Like I said earlier, I think this is what hurt with the Obi trade, like big time, because now when Randall's now you have nobody that can come in for him to kind of ease the bleeding or really provide offensive firepower or something to give us like 10 to 12 points, 10 to 14 points, something like that off the bench, who's a wing, like 6'10", right? Obi can do that. Obi can get out and open, get a couple of dunks, hit a couple of layups, hit a couple of threes, and boom, before you know it, he got like 11 points, right? In a 8-minute span. So now the Knicks is up maybe by 3 or 4, right, with 30 seconds left. And you kind of get confused about how bad of a night Randall had because Obi was able to come in and provide offense, IQ, right? So it's a team effort. So a lot of times, that's the point of having backups and having bench players, right? But the reality is that what Randall did last year, they were thinking that it's going to carry. This guy is, and I said in my show yesterday too. I don't know if you guys heard me, my rant, as it was a rant. I was going in yesterday. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Is this an on and off thing with Randall? Like, is this on this year, off next year, off the year after, then on this year? Like, as far as skill set goes, you know what I'm saying? So, I mentioned that, but I am concerned about RJ, right? For me, I had a torn ACL, right? I tore my ACL. The knee injury is nothing to play around with. Nothing. When he came down on that dunk, as soon as he came down, he automatically grabbed his knee, right? Now, I'm not saying it's an ACL. I'm not saying anything. But I wonder if they got to go in there and clean some stuff up, right? And he might be out for the extended period of time. I'm worried about that because the way Randall's looking, I don't know. We don't know when Randall's going to turn around because, even though he came out aggressive today, you could see he just doesn't have it, man. He just doesn't have it. And he's playing against elite defenders. Greek Freak is elite defender. You see Brook Lopez, elite defender up there. Even Crowder's an elite defender. Those guys know how to move their feet, man, and get their body in front and know how to block shots. They would, was a block party down there today. And Randall was struggling. So, with these struggles, and once again, it doesn't get no easier because Monday we got the Clippers. And there's a whole bunch of wings out there that could defend over there. So, I just hope that with RJ, I hope that, just hope that it's not that bad, man. I hope it's not that bad. I'm really concerned about his knee, man, because he would have been back. If it wasn't that big of a deal, he was just resting, he would have been back, but he didn't come back. So I'm a little worried that it might be a lot worse than what we think. So let's all knock on wood, all right? And just pray that, RJ's okay, man, because we need him. Okay. Tibbs doesn't like athletic players. He did the same thing. This is NBIC, people. He did the same thing with Zach LaVine and Cam. He has been repetitive with his philosophy. That's why he can't win in the playoffs. NBIC. He doesn't like athletic players. What was Derrick Rose? What was Derrick Rose? What was Jimmy Butler? Remember, Jimmy goes back with him. Jimmy was with him. Jimmy was with him back when we was, right? Back in Chicago. During those days, he was on that team. He was a young player, but he was on that team. We cannot. We've been to the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, man. That means something. The guy knows what he's doing. So, I want to get on him. I do. I don't agree with a lot of things he does, but one thing I can agree with is that we're getting to the playoffs, and we're putting out a decent team out there. Like we don't like a bunch of bums. We don't. It's a team we can root for, a team we're happy for. Like, I love the grit. I love the fight. Listen, we were on them last year. Play the young kids. Remember that? That was heavy. That was heavy in them streets. Heavy. Play the young kids. He played them. He switched. Remember? And look what happened. So you gotta give him some credit. Listen. You gotta give some people some credit. I gotta give Tibbs credit. I can't destroy him right now. Right now we're 2-4. Because Randall's not doing nothing. That's why we're 2-4. We should have won the other night against the Cavs because they were playing terrible. Donovan Mitchell only scored 7 points in the second half, but Randall couldn't give us nothing. We should have won tonight. How about that? If Randall would have gave us something instead of, 5 for 20 tonight? Look at his numbers, man. This is supposed to be all NBA. He's 5 for 20, man. 5 for 20. 5 for 20. Come on. So this could easily be flipped around to 4-2. Easily. If this guy would step it up and play better than what he's been playing. And outside of one game, guys, I got to admit, and this is the Pelicans game, the Knicks were in all three of those games. They could have easily, come on. We could easily be 5-1. If Randall would play like an all-star, but he's not an all-star. He's not. He's just a really good player in this league. Period. MBIC. Okay, here we go. Anyone notice that every player Tibbs likes is just like the coach? They all get opportunities and all fail in the playoffs. MBIC, that team that he had with Chicago, they were pretty good, man. They were really good. They pushed the Heat to the limit. That Derrick Rose team. They were good. Joakim Noah and Luol Deng, Jimmy Butler, they were pretty solid, man. And I loved our team last year. I really, really did. I thought we were really, really good. Sometimes guys miss shots, man. The coach can't, decide that. Now, yes, the OB situation, I get all that, and Cam, yeah, those are different conversations. But we can't deny, the guy doesn't, he knows what he's doing, man. With all that being said, I have a solution. We want to hear a solution. Please. Everybody, he's got a solution. Let's hear it. I will say this, though. Before you get your solution out, I will say this. If the Knicks get another piece, watch out. If the Knicks get another piece, watch out. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, we're a dangerous team. We are. We are. We rebound, we play defense, and we can score the ball. But we need another piece to go with our star player and our up-and-coming star in R.J. Barrett. Because once again, guys, as bad as we shot, we still scored 105 points. So that shows you what we are. Now, yes, Brunson scored a majority of those points. He scored 45. Rest of the team scored 60. Rest of the team scored 60. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I love our pieces, man. But imagine if we had another guy in there that's averaging 20 with him. and rock solid 22, not like maybe a 20, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how spades, 4 on the possible. No. I got 6 solid right with my hand. You know what I'm saying? We got the spades. I got a 6. No possible. I got a 6. So I just think that's what has to happen. That's what you need. You need another guy that is guaranteed to have this amount every night. Those are what the great players do. And that's what the Knicks are missing. Just being honest. I think that's what we're missing. And I think that we're close. I think we are. I think we're really, really close to being a really, really good team in this league. We showed it last year. We finally got the point guard that we need. I think we have like young players on the rise. I think we're right there. This was just a tough loss tonight to a really, really, really good team. And here's the thing. We didn't even have one of our top guns. I think RJ would have got busy tonight. I think we got real busy. I think RJ would have got busy, man. He would have got busy. But I think we're there, man. I think we're right there. I don't think it's far or like we're like outmatched. Like, did anybody feel like we were outmatched tonight? Like, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way at all. Did anybody feel like we were outmatched against Boston? I did not feel that way at all. I think we're better than the Cavs. So there's no team out there really. I mean, of course, a couple of teams in the West, like, Denver. I think Denver's solid, man. They're really good. I think the Clippers are going to really flex their muscle on Monday in the Garden because they got some pieces. Harden is a tough check, man. He's tough. When we played Philly last year, he was giving us problems. So you pair him with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. We have nobody for those 3 guys, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to defend them dudes. Because Kawhi get busy. Paul George is Paul George. Since his days in Indiana, he's still Paul George. And Harden, as we know, is the Euro step king. He's the one that perfected it. And Harden is crafty with the lefties like Brunson. You know what I mean? Them dudes is crafty, man. Tough check. So we're going to have a hard time Monday. This easily just could swing to like 2-5. If we could steal one Monday and been 3-4, that'd be great. But it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. So let me go over here. So let's take a look here. So you see our record here, right? 2-3. But this loss tonight makes it 3-4, and we got the Clippers coming up. So we got to see exactly where we're going to be able to squeeze out a win, because I've totally forgot. We got Wembanyama next Wednesday. And I know I was talking about him before. Listen, man, Wembanyama is looking like what they call Porzingis? The unicorn, right? My man is like the black unicorn 2.0. He looks like a 2K character out there, man. Like, I'm watching the highlights. I'm just like, I had to look close. Like, yo, is this what I'm really seeing? This guy running down the court, he's not even jumping, man. Dunking on people, blocking shots. He looks like a created player from 2K. They just put him in the NBA. It's just... Wembanyama, man. We ain't never seen nothing like that before. Never. He's something different. Very different. All right, guys. But listen, that's my show. Let me get up out of here. Listen, everybody enjoy their weekend, man. Enjoy their weekend, man. Watch some football. You know. Have some hot wings. Just enjoy yourselves. Don't let this Knicks stuff drive you crazy. But we'll be back on Monday against the Clippers at home. Hopefully we can steal this thing and get back to a respectable record, like a 3-4. So we don't go to Wembanyama and those guys and play the Spurs and be 2-5, which is going to be tough. We need RJ back, man. We need RJ back. But yeah, man. But that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Also, two people, if you guys coming by, please hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, all right? You know, show appreciation for coming by. But I thank you guys for coming, man. This is what I love to do, chopping it up, talking basketball with you guys. So we'll definitely be back and talking more Knicks, man, on Monday. So hopefully we can get this victory. All right? Listen, I'm LV Live. Everybody enjoy their weekend. I'm out of here, people. Peace.